Our next guest says the pressure to plan the perfect family vacation can be a source of stress for so many parents. Cassidy Freitas is a licensed marriage and family therapist. Her new book, Mom Needs a Moment, How to Stop Your Reaction Before It Starts and Become a Calmer, Happier, More Connected Parent. You can scan the QR code right here to pre-order it right now. Good morning, Cassidy. Thank you for joining us. Absolutely thoroughly enjoyed your book. So many great tips in here. You call this, and you name it, I thank you for that, the vacation doom loop. What is it? And how do we get there?
Okay, first off, let's do some language shifting here. I feel like when you're traveling with kids, it's not so much a vacation as it's a trip. We're parenting in the wild, right?
It's a safari.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It's a trip. And so I think for a lot of parents, there's really high hopes when we go on a trip with our children. We've spent a lot of money, so it's high stakes, high investment as well. We've been preparing for it for a long time, and we're just like, finally, there'll be a moment for us as a family to reconnect. And then we get there, and kids, they keep being kids, even on a vacation.
Of course.
Or a trip, right? Now, and so the stakes are high, and all these new mental tabs are open. We were just talking before we went live about, your wife doing a lot of the mental planning going into a trip and how you support her.
And I show up and try to lead once we go on vacation so she can turn it off.
Yes.
Because if she's stressed the entire time, like you said, she's not vacationing.
Right.
She's just on a trip, still stressed out.
Exactly. And here's the doom loop is that we are, parents are already stressed, right? The U.S. Surgeon General warning shared that, parents are stressed out. Back in 2024, this is an epidemic. So we go on vacation with these high hopes. We get there, and now we're stressed. And now we're stressed about being stressed, that we're not present, that it's not going how we imagine. And that's the doom loop, shame loop. I think that can happen.
Okay, so how do we not get there? Like, what are some solid tips how to avoid this doom loop? What do we need to do? Expectation change?
Yes, I think there's a huge sort of expectation and then reality sort of gap that happens. And when that gap is big, our distress tolerance as parents is smaller. And so now you're on this trip and, the sibling squabbles in the back seat, you've both been there, right? The fighting over who's going to get to push the elevator button, the sunscreen in the eyes, the meltdowns, waiting in line to get a, bubble wand that's $30 that you already have at home.
Right.
Right? We can at home, these are still stressful, but when you're on vacation, it's that much more stressful. So, your question, what can we do? I believe so much in the concept of margins and space. And I talk about it in my book throughout the whole, but that's the through line, is how can we get margins? I think in this intensive parenting era where we're optimizing everything, there's no space. And so what I really think is helpful is to actually lower the bar a little bit when we're preparing and protect space in the calendar, in the schedule, just like you would protect that really, that activity you're really looking forward to.
Okay, so getting ahead of it is key.
Yes.
Cassidy Freitas, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to take all these tips for our next vacation. Thank you. Mom Needs a Moment goes on sale tomorrow. Scan the QR code, like I said, on your phone right now to pre-order a copy.